Digital tech crucial in achieving SDGs. Ex-judge, DPP and lawyer charged over corruption. Good evening, welcome to News on 2. I'm Jessica Lee. Digital technology will play a critical role in the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs, although innovation will most likely affect progress in both positive and negative ways. Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad said the deployment of new technologies is seen essential in achieving the SDGs, considering the need for accelerated progress to fulfill the goals by 2030.
At the same time, as new technologies are usually unavailable to marginalized populations, it will be a key challenge to ensure that no one is left behind, as new innovations often exacerbate existing divides in society between those who can benefit and those who are left behind.
He was opening the Malaysia Sustainable Development Goals, or SDG Summit in Kuala Lumpur. Also present was the United Nations Resident Coordinator for Malaysia, Stefan Prisnia. In addition, he said the current speed of innovation, a mindful approach is needed as many opportunities and risks were still unknown but could rapidly crystallize without regulators being able to respond in a timely manner.
Very warm Selamat pagi and good morning.
Now, 3 law practitioners, including a former judge, pleaded not guilty in the Shah Alam Sessions Court on charge of receiving bribes of 17,500 ringgit last July. The accused, former Kuala Kubu Baru Sessions Court Judge Azmil Mustafa Abbas, 45, former Deputy Public Prosecutor Khairul Azwa Yusri Muhammad, 32, and a lawyer, Nur Amirul Nazrin Anas, 31, pleaded not guilty when the charge was read before Judge Rozila Saleh. Azmil Muntapa currently works as a legal officer in the Putrajaya Court Complex, while Khairul Azwa Yusri is in the Attorney General's chambers. According to the charges, the 3 accused were falsely receiving 17,500 ringgit in cash bribe from Wong Chu Hong, 40, as inducement for imposing only a fine on 7 foreigners committing an offence under Section 6, Subsection 1C of the Immigrations Act 1959-63. The offence were allegedly committed at the Kuala Kubu Baru Sessions Court on the 17th of July. All 3 were charged under Section 16A, Subsection B of the MACC Act 2009, Act 694, punishable under Subsection 24, Section 1 of the same Act, which provides a jail term of up to 20 years and a fine of not less than 5 times of the amount of bribe received, or 10,000 ringgit, whichever is higher. The judge set bail at 12,000 ringgit in one surety for each accused and ordered them to submit their passports to the court. 16th of December is set for remention of the case. The Seremban Sessions Court today allowed a prosecution application to dismiss 2 charges of possessing items related to the LTTE terrorist group against Seremban Jaya Assemblyman P. Gunasekaran. Judge Madiha Harula allowed the application submitted by DPP Aslinda Ahad. According to the charges, the DAP Assemblyman allegedly had LTTE-related items in his office and house at 9:58 a.m. and 11:50 a.m. respectively on the 10th of October. Gunasekaran, who was charged on 2 occasions late last month over LTTE-related cases, was not present in court. He's being held at the Sungai Buloh prison. The Assemblyman was represented by a panel of 4 lawyers led by RSN Raya, who is also the Jelutong MP. On the 29th of October, Gunasekaran, who is also Negeri Sembilan DAP Deputy Chairman, was charged at the Malacca Sessions Court with supporting the LTTE group and faced an additional charge at the Kuala Lumpur Sessions Court on the 31st of October. Fugitive businessman Loh Teck Joe, also known as Jolo, was trying to buy property in Cyprus. Inspector General of Police Tan Sri Abdul Hamid Bador, when disclosing this today, said Jolo is trying to buy the property using another person's name. He said police found out about it after arresting an individual believed to be related to Jolo a few weeks ago.
pihak AMLA saya memang bekerja siang dan malam mengkaji semua lead-lead yang kami dapat, termasuk yang sekarang terbaru di Cyprus ni. Ya, kita ada buat tangkapan sebenarnya dalam diam-diam lebih kurang 3-4 minggu yang lepas. Hasil daripada tangkapan ini, kita telah berjaya merungkai, mendapatkan satu maklumat mengatakan Jolo sedang berusaha untuk mendapatkan membeli harta menggunakan nama siapa di Cyprus.
Tan Sri Abdul Hamid was speaking after launching the Commercial Crime Investigation Department's Investigation Manual and Investigation Guideline books at the Royal Malaysia Police College in Kuala Lumpur. Tan Sri Abdul Hamid also expressed his disappointment for not getting the cooperation from a certain unnamed country in tackling Jolo, despite previously Malaysia having helped the country with police matters. He said the excuse given by the country is unacceptable. Now, he also added that it is impossible for Jolo to come out of his hiding place to Cyprus, as his face is different from the locals from Cyprus. Now, police have received 8 reports related to the Tanjung PI by-election. Now, of that, 3 investigation papers were opened for 3 reports. Pontian Police Chief Superintendent Mustafa Bakri Saleh said 2 reports were investigated under Section 427 of the Penal Code involving Gerakan campaign boards and Pakatan Harapan's flags that were taken down and broken.
Pihak polis juga menasihatkan semua calon-calon ataupun penyokong-penyokong parti-parti yang terlibat di dalam PRK 165 Tanjung Piai ini berjalan tidak menimbulkan suasana yang provokasi atau beremosi sepanjang tempoh kempen yang berjalan.
Meanwhile, 159 Cerama permits were issued by the Pontian Police Headquarters. Of that, 23 permits were for Pakatan Harapan, 74 for Barisan Nasional and 62 for Gerakan. Police advise for any quarters that wish to campaign to apply for permits from the police to ease them to manage the campaign peacefully. The Jalan Genting Amber Court stretch of road near Bentong is expected to be open to all vehicles tonight. It is currently only open to light vehicles following a landslide in Genting Highlands yesterday evening. Head of Genting Highlands Fire and Rescue Station, Yusri Abdullah Sani, said the operation would be stopped if rain occurred for safety reasons. Yusri said the operation involved 41 personnel from various agencies including Fire and Rescue, Police, Forestry Department and Civil Defence Force, as well as private contractors. Yusri also confirmed that 200 tourists who were trapped in a hotel and service apartment located near the landslide area had been evacuated this morning. The incident had reportedly occurred around 5:40 p.m. yesterday following a non-stop heavy downpour since 4 p.m. However, no casualties were reported. The landslide has not affected the main route to Genting Highlands, as it occurred at a route to a different part of the internationally renowned Highlands Resort. The Kelantan Fire and Rescue Department has identified 3 flood-prone areas if heavy rain takes place. The 3 main locations are Rantau Panjang, Pasir Mas, Pengkalan Kubur, Tumpat and along the Kelantan River. Director Masaleh Sarbini said around 826 of their personnel and officers are prepared to face any possibilities of floods with the help of 717 volunteers, firefighters or PPS. Based on the data, there are 141 flood-prone areas and 606 evacuation centres that are operating.
Apabila diarahkan berpindah tu, perlu berpindahlah. Dan kalau dah berpindah tu jangan berpatah balik, atau kadang-kadang dah berpindah, dia dah daftar, lepas tu dia balik ke rumah dia. Walaupun rumah dia masih dalam keadaan tak selamat, dia dah balik. Jadi risiko dia kepada pasukan penyelamat lah, terutama tengah-tengah malam dan sebagainya.
He was met by the media after the Kelantan Fire and Rescue Department briefing session regarding the preparation of facing the northeast monsoon season in Tunjong, Kota Baru, Kelantan. 2 police personnel died while 3 others sustained injuries after a lorry crashed into them at Taman Pasir Puteh, Pasir Gudang, Johor this morning. Sri Alam District Police Chief Superintendent Ismail Dollah said the 2 policemen, Saifullah Muhammad, 32, from the Pasir Gudang Police Station, and Muhammad Johari Rosli, 32, from Taman Science Tech's Police Station, Sri Alam, died at the scene. In a statement today, he said in a 5:30 a.m. incident, the personnel from Sri Alam District Police Headquarters were loading their things into a police Land Rover after finishing up a roadblock when they were hit by a lorry which was travelling from Kota Masai to Taman Pasir Puteh. He added initial investigations found that the driver had lost control of the vehicle, causing it to swerve to the left side of the road, crashing into the Land Rover and 5 of the 6 policemen who were on the roadside. He said the 3 injured policemen are now being treated at Hospital Sultan Ismail, or HSI. The 47-year-old lorry driver from Kota Masai is also receiving treatment at HSI for light injuries. Investigations will be conducted under Section 41, Subsection 1 of the Road Transport Act 1987. Every government project is now scrutinised carefully and put through proper bidding and procurement processes. Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Seri Dr. Wan Azizah Wan Ismail said this to ensure that the government can get the right project built by the right people with the right quality at the right price and completed on time.
We believe that effective governance in the public sector encourages the efficient use of resources and effective service delivery. A government which practices good governance in service delivery will gain the trust of the stakeholders and the public.
She said this when opening the 5th ASEAN Supreme Audit Institution Summit in Kuala Lumpur. Datuk Seri Dr. Wan Azizah underscored that zero-based budgeting has been introduced to take funds away from programs, activities or projects that are inefficient, ineffective and fraught with leakages. According to her, they are instead channeled to programs, activities or projects that do indeed work. The government is still scrutinising the various proposals received to take over Khazanah Nasional Berhad's 51% stake in Plus Malaysia Berhad. Economic Affairs Minister Datuk Seri Muhammad Azmin Ali said the government was evaluating the impact of the takeover from the financial aspect and in fulfilling the responsibility to the highway users by reducing the cost of using it.
Antara langkah yang sedang kita fikirkan bagaimana kita boleh mengurangkan kadar tol yang dikenakan sekarang ini, ataupun apakah boleh kita hapuskan tol dalam masa yang terdekat, kerana kalau kita nak rujuk kepada manifesto, ianya tidak dinyatakan begitu. Manifesto jelas menyatakan kita akan bincang secara berperingkat dengan semua syarikat konsesi. Jadi semua ini masih dalam pertimbangan kerana kita tidak mahu membebankan kedudukan keuangan kerajaan pada hari ini sementara memberikan bantuan kepada rakyat dan pengguna lebuh raya.
He was met after the Malaysia Sustainable Development Goals or SDGs Summit 2019 in Kuala Lumpur. Datuk Seri Muhammad Azmin said this when asked to comment on a news report that the Finance Ministry or MOF would take over Khazanah's stake in Plus. He said he had yet to see the reported proposal by the MOF. Putrajaya had previously confirmed receiving 4 official offers from interested parties to take over Plus, namely Widad Group Berhad, Maju Holdings Sdn Berhad, RRJ Capital and businessman Tan Sri Halim Saad. In a related development, the Malaysia Institute of Economic Research or MIER is reviewing the viability and doability of a proposal from an individual group for the takeover of Khazanah Nasional Berhad's 51% stake in the project Lebuh Raya Utara Selatan or Plus Malaysia Berhad. MIER Chairman Tan Sri Dr. Kamal Saleh said the think tank is evaluating the feasibility of the proposed buyout offer of 50 billion ringgit from the Malaysian individual group. Tan Sri Kamal said the locked cost of fund from the new proposal is much lower compared to others who wanted to raise bonds in order to finance the takeover. Without disclosing details of the individuals involved, he said the offer could help the government reduce the toll rates.
One case that is already made a proposal, but wants us to review it to see whether it is really viable or doable or not. And their low cost of fund is much lower than what somehow other people who have to raise bonds in order to finance pembelian plus dan lain-lain hal itu.
He said this on the sidelines of a discourse par excellence themed Shared Prosperity Economy, Lessons and Measures today. The discourse was jointly organized by the Academy of Professors Malaysia and MIER. The immediate abolition of an additional 10% surcharge of touch-and-go cards at the parking facilities is not possible for now, as it is subject to the existing contract signed with the company. Deputy Domestic Trade and Consumer Affairs Minister Chong Chien-jen said it was inherited from the previous government and was also a burden on consumers.
Sekarang sudah kita nak menghapuskan itu kos tambahan, di mana itu surcharge 10% itu akan dibatalkan. Tetapi oleh kerana tertekan dengan contractual obligation, di mana yang saya sebut semasa tamatnya existing contract, dia tak akan dikenakan lagi. So it has to be done by stages.
He said this in his reply to a supplementary question by Aitam MP Datuk Seri Dr. Wee Ka Siong on the matter at Dewan Rakyat. Responding to the original question about the government's move to address the touch-and-go monopoly, Chong said the monitoring carried out by the Malaysian Competition Commission, or MYCC, found that the additional 10% surcharge was only applicable at outlets which offered both touch-and-go and cash payment options. Now, Malaysians were defrauded of more than 186 million ringgit through internet and call scams in the first 8 months of this year. Deputy Home Minister Dato' Aziz Jaman said the amount was from 3,533 cases that were recorded between January and August. Speaking at Dewan Rakyat, he said from the total losses reported for the year 2019, a total of 79.4 million ringgit losses were attributed to Macau scam alone, involving 1,612 cases. In order to prevent online scams from continuing, he said various efforts had been undertaken by police to curb the fraudulent syndicates, including increasing law enforcement operations, arrests, and subsequently prosecuting those involved in fraud.
Pihak BRDM juga telah membangunkan satu portal untuk memudahkan masyarakat untuk menyemak nombor-nombor telefon sindiket dan akaun-akaun bank yang digunakan oleh sindiket dalam urusan pindahan wang mangsa ke akaun sindiket yang boleh disemak melalui portal yang disediakan seperti http susah nak sebut ni ccid.rmp.gov.my/semakmul. Selain itu, satu akaun Facebook Cybercrime Alert Royal Malaysia Police juga telah diwujudkan bagi berkongsi dan memberi amaran kepada orang ramai mengenai ancaman penipuan ataupun jenayah cyber.
The Health Ministry will allow the cultivation of hemp, a type of cannabis plant, for research purpose, but not for medical use. Now, this is as per Section 6B, subsection 2 of the Dangerous Drugs Act 1952, which allows the Health Minister to authorize public officer to carry out the research. Health Minister Datuk Seri Dr. Zulkifli Ahmad said the ministry is waiting for the proposal from the Ministry of Water, Land and Natural Resources and Ministry of Agriculture and Agro-Based Industry. The Health Ministry is also taking extra precaution to ensure the research will not be abused by any quarters.
Ya, kita sedang, dan ini tergantung kepada dapatan kajian yang dibuat oleh CATS, yang antara lainnya menentukan dalam suasana dan with all the soil dan climate dan segalanya, in that given the yield of THC itu semestinya kurang daripada 0.5%. So segalanya akan ditentukan oleh kajian, dapatan kajian ini. So it will be very important untuk kita melepasi hurdle yang pertama itu.
Datuk Sri Dr. Zulkifli was met after launching the 2019 Asia Pacific Annual Medical Toxicology Congress in Putrajaya. Meanwhile, the Health Ministry's Pharmacy Service Program Director, Dr. Ramli Zainal, said the cultivation of hemp is only for fibre production. The ministry has also provided a guideline in controlling the hemp cultivation for that purpose. 1,513 fishermen based in southern Johor are set to receive the 2019 Fishermen Financial Aid of 1,000 ringgit each starting next week. The financial aid of 1.51 million ringgit in total will be paid in 3 phases. Menteri Besar Datuk Dr. Sarudin Jamal said the financial aid is meant to help fishermen who were affected with the development in southern Johor. It involved 544 fishermen from Tanjung Pi and Pontian, 432 from Gelang Patah and Pulai, as well as 537 from Pasir Gudang and Tebrau.
Sebetulnya tidak tertangguh. Sebelum ini pun diberi pada bulan 10, bulan 11 kerana data-data nelayan ini sentiasa berubah. Jadi kita tunggu dulu daripada bancian daripada LKIM.
Datuk Dr. Sarudin was met during a media conference in Kota Iskandar, Iskandar Puteri. And that's it from us. In our top story, ex-judge, DPP and lawyer charged over corruption. Join us again at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon. I'm Jessica Lee. Thank you for watching.